Good afternoon, Guitar Twitter. Coming up to good evening. New project. This project is young Telecaster. I've put in 2 temporary screws in order to line up the neck, because we know I'm putting on the tunematic and tailpiece. I was thinking about it. Bigsby, but Gear for Music wanted 160 quid for it. For what I'm treating as a joke, I'm not spending it. Things I've done already, I've put on 1st and 6th, lined it through with threads. I have copied the dims sort of from my Les Paul for the angles for can you see the marks I've made to get the angle right for the bridge. Obviously I've allowed for the scale difference. It's the 25-inch Fender scaling, but I've allowed the angle. I think it's about 20 mils difference, something like that, and I've allowed 45 mil for my tailpiece, which I haven't managed yet. Now I've placed the bridge here. The reason I've temporarily put on the neck was to run thread down and make sure that they're aligning, so I've got it perfectly centered. I want to talk about this kit. I'm going to start tagging the people I get this stuff off of. I used to use kitbuiltguitars.co.uk. It seemed to be not doing great business. Everything is sold out. So Gear for Music, this was 80 quid. I think it's pretty sure it's alder. It's too grainy, too straight grain to be ash in my opinion. Same with the neck. Quality excellent. It's quite lightweight, very lightweight. Quality is excellent. Red lead for a humbucker, and obviously a pick guard, which they've pre-drilled every screw fitting for pretty much everything. Obviously I don't need the bridge ones anymore. Even the back of the neck, the shoulder, to take these. So everything has been pre-drilled in exactly the right places. Talk about attention to detail. They have even pre-drilled for the machine heads. Again, I've only put 2 on. I don't know how accurate they are, but I'm going to say I am really impressed with the quality of this. Now, if I was just going to build a Tele, this would be perfect. I'd be practically ready to give it a finished sanding, start my staining. But as I'm going to butcher it, why have a Telecaster if you can't butcher it? I have to backfill this bit, so I'm going to set up a router template. I need some more stuff this week. I want to get some resin. I'm not going to backfill this with resin, but I'm going to try something that I think might work. I'm going to use resin to create my routing guide for because in the long run I'm going to have, I think, a control panel at the back here somewhere, an access point for the control panel at the back here somewhere. Now I don't know where to put. I'm going to have, I don't have it here. I got the control plate here. That's going. I've got 2 push-pull pots going into it and a tone. I got plenty of stuff around, so there'll be 3 there, but not really enough room for 2 volumes, a tone, and the switch. So I'm going to move the switch either to here or to here. Here, obviously, Les Paul traditionalist. who knows. But I'm going to make a control panel access wherever I put it at the back, because it's going to be actually I think I have it down here. Yep, these were cheap. I can't remember who I bought them off of. It was Amazon as well, but I'll find the shops. I'll tag them on this thread. But I think I've got another switch somewhere else from the mandolin build. I'm pretty sure I've got a 3-way toggle that may or may not have the rhythm lead thing or the less and more thing. Maybe go for that. What else? Colors. I'm thinking, right, I'm going to veneer it. I'm getting rid of the binding and I'm going to replace it with a wenge binding, because, not because there's anything wrong with this binding except that it's plastic, but I obviously want to chamfer that to make this playable, because I get the red rash every time I play a Telecaster unless I chamfer it. So it's got to be chamfered down, so I'll binding, there you are, binding will be coming down here and then down around this chamfer and then back out again. Easy enough to do on wenge. I've got a load of wenge veneer coming, hopefully this week. What I can get ahead with is drill these and check the bridge and stuff, get that in, and the tailpiece. And that's pretty much all I can do. I've got the humbuckers coming tomorrow delivery, so I can start lining stuff up. And the thing is, my control plate, I bought a control plate blank, and it appears that is coming in through China, and that is something like May the 5th to May the 12th. So I may use the existing control panel cover in the meantime as a temporary thing, but obviously that's chrome, whereas all the rest of the hardware is black. I've a veneer going on the top. It's swirled sycamore, which I haven't ordered yet, but I think there's a lead time of a couple of days. It shouldn't be a problem. And then obviously I put on my 3mm guide router bit, take out the binding properly when I have the veneer on top. And then I'm going to try something quite revolutionary. I'm going to try staining it with ink, printer ink. I've seen a couple of videos on that, and there's no reason why it shouldn't work, I think. And then I'm going to paint a stencil, a kind of a silhouette of a zombie here for Sune. And then I'm going to give it about 5 coats, hopefully 4 or 5 coats of glow-in-the-dark green spray paint. And the idea behind that is it's mostly transparent in the day, so I should be able to see all my staining and stuff through it. It might be a bit opaque, but I should be able to see it. If I make the swirl pattern pop enough, it should come through. And yet when you turn out the lights on stage, everything's going to go green, fluorescent, except for Sune's zombie. So I hope he appreciates this. I have maligned Telecasters for feels like years now. I actually quite like them. Don't tell Sune or Steve. Don't tell them. I quite like them. They're very, and especially with this binding, I got a real country feel out of it. And it was a blackguard on it, so it's a Telecaster blackguard with plastic binding. But I have to admit, with the grains, if I just wanted a Telecaster, I would buy this kit. Definitely, given the quality that I looked at. I've checked the neck as best I can. It's very well done. It feels nice. I picked up the Les Paul. I haven't got my profiler, which is probably in storage as well. But it's very, very close to my Les Paul contour, which I quite like, but I actually, I think I prefer the neck on my Honer, so I might just profile that and see how close I can get to that one. But obviously I have to get my profile gauge, plain, spoke shave it, and it'll work out. So I think that's the next couple of weeks taken care of. Several videos to go, and yeah, on to the adventure. I haven't thought of a name for this yet. I kind of like the mandolin and other stories. I'll have to make up something catchy for this one. Suggestions, welcome. Guys, I'll see you on the next video.